David, would you take a second and give us the kinds and styles of questions that are available to salespeople, and the ones they overuse, or the ones they misuse, or the ones they don't use at all?
All right. Well, in the beginning, we tend to prepare what we call open-ended questions. When you first meet any prospect, by phone, or in person, regardless, we're told to break the ice, and we tend to break the ice by telling them stories, and that doesn't really work most of the time, or it doesn't work effectively. We may think it does. What gets people to relax, which is what we're after in terms of breaking the ice, or to develop rapport, is to ask them questions where they're doing most of the talking. Those are done with open-ended questions. Questions, as an example, a close-end question might be, do you want it brown or black? How long have you lived here? Okay, those are simple, and there may be a place for some of the closed-end questions, but when you want people to do most of the talking, to expose their values, their beliefs, their thinking process, decisions they've made in the past, you have to ask them questions where they have more freedom to speak. Those tend to be open-ended, those that start off with, who, what, where, when, how, which, and why, if you will. The second kind of question becomes really important. Tracy didn't use this term, but she was alluding to it. And these are called qualification questions. So, as an example, when someone says that's more money than we want to spend, well, to say to somebody, well, okay, then what gives rise to that opinion? Or, sounds to me like you've thought about this. Well, how much money were we talking about? So, a qualification question essentially says to somebody, I don't understand what you said. Could you please help me understand this? You moments ago you said this. I don't understand how the two of those. You're asking someone to qualify. Why did you say that, if you will? And you may want to use different terms than that. It helps you understand. What you're trying to do with a qualification question is to clarify intent. Third kind of question is a commitment question. And a commitment question becomes critical as you use them in different places throughout your visit. But it's to take a feature and tie it to a result and to say, will this do that? Or if I were able to do this, is that what you're looking for? A commitment is to say, is that what you mean? So those are three types of questions. Of course, there's a fourth kind of question we love to play with, but it's one really especially important with indecisive people who are getting stuck at some spot where you're literally telling them how to move beyond that by asking them a question like, may I make a suggestion? And to which they might say yes. I'd say, let's go ahead and do this, whatever that, let's go ahead and get the order placed. Let's go ahead and whatever it is you're trying to get them to do next. And okay, and so what you're really doing, the fourth kind of question isn't a question, it's a command that sounds like a question. Now, let me warn you in front, you need to be doing those once you have obtained someone's trust, if you will, and respect, so that they feel comfortable that you're just not pushing them around or bullying them. When this is done correctly, they will believe you have actually asked them to do something. In essence, what you've really told them what you want them to do and asked them if that was okay. There's four to start with.